Today, we're diving into something really fascinating happening in the Sultanate of Oman. They're not just tweaking their financial system, they are completely reimagining it. We're talking about a bold strategy to take back control over the billions of dollars that flow in and out of their country every single year. This is a story about financial sovereignty in the digital age. Let's get into it.
So, to really wrap your head around what Oman is building, you first have to appreciate the sheer scale of the puzzle they're trying to solve. And trust me, it's a puzzle with billions, that's billions with a B, of Omani Rials at its heart.
All right, let's start with the money coming into the country. Every year, tourists spend over $1 billion Omani Rials in Oman. Now, that's a fantastic boost for the local economy, right? But the real question is, where does that money go and how does it move around?
And then you see this even bigger number. We're talking about more than 3.3 billion rials being sent out of the country each year. This is mostly from the huge expatriate community sending money back home to their families. So you add those two flows together, and you have a colossal amount of money crossing borders.
Okay, so here's the problem. Almost all of this money, whether it's a tourist paying for dinner or a worker sending a remittance, it all flows through these big international payment networks. And what does that mean? Well, it means transaction fees get siphoned right out of Oman's economy. And visitors? They often get hit with pretty high currency conversion rates just to use their own money.
So, in response to this challenge, the Central Bank of Oman came up with this incredibly smart two-part vision. And this isn't just some minor tech upgrade. No, this is a strategic play to build a more efficient, more inclusive, and most importantly, a more sovereign financial system for themselves.
And this quote right here, it really gets to the heart of the why. Oman isn't alone in this. This is a global trend. Governments are realizing that to have a strong economy, they need to make sure transactions happening inside their own borders are settled in their own currency. It just makes sense, right? It cuts down the reliance on foreign systems, and it keeps more value at home.
So, what's the first piece of this solution? Well, it starts with a tool designed for literally everyone who is physically inside Oman. You can think of it as the local key to this new digital kingdom.
So what exactly is the Mahal card? Well, simply put, it's a national payment card issued by local banks in Oman. But here's the genius part. Instead of routing payments through those international networks, it runs on Oman's very own secure payment system. This creates a totally independent and super efficient local network for every single transaction. And the card has 4 really clear goals. First, push the whole country towards a digital economy. Second, slash transaction costs for both merchants and shoppers. Third, build out that independent and secure national payment network we just talked about. And finally, and this is a big one, promote financial inclusion for absolutely everyone.
And when they say everyone, they seriously mean everyone. This card isn't just for Omani citizens. It's for residents, for businesses, and get this, even for temporary visitors. Just imagine landing in Oman and being able to easily grab a local payment card that lets you spend money seamlessly with super low costs. That's the vision they're making a reality.
Okay, so the MA card is a brilliant solution for people on the ground in Oman. But what about the other half of this puzzle? How do you connect the global user, the tourist planning a trip, the student studying abroad, the online shopper, to Oman's economy before they even get there?
This is where the second part of the vision, the Digital Local Currency Program, or DLC, comes in. Now, let's be super clear on this. This is not a new cryptocurrency or a CBDC. Think of it more like a regulated digital pipeline. It's a government-backed system run with local partners like Arab Pay and Omani Pay that allows your bank, let's say it's in Paris, to connect to this pipeline and access Omani Rials. That means you, as the customer in Paris, can spend those Rials directly from your banking app, but the actual transaction happens securely on Oman's local network. It's brilliant.
And who benefits from this? Well, a whole range of people. Tourists can preload their digital wallets with Rials before their trip. International students can pay their tuition without getting slammed with fees. The diaspora community can send money home way more efficiently. Even small businesses and e-commerce shoppers can transact more easily. It basically opens up the entire Omani economy to the world in a brand new way.
I mean, look at this comparison. The difference is literally night and day. You're going from this messy, expensive web of foreign networks to a direct, secure, local connection. You're replacing high, often hidden exchange fees with transparent, lower costs. And instead of these complicated workarounds, you get seamless digital access that keeps more value flowing inside Oman's economy. It's a total game changer.
So how does this all work behind the scenes?
Well, the program is essentially a one-stop shop for a foreign bank. First, it gives them access to a big pool of Omani currency. Then, it partners them up with a local anchor bank so they don't need to get a full Omani license themselves. Third, it handles all the complicated legal and compliance stuff. And finally, it gives them the tech, the APIs, to plug this entire service directly into their own existing app, making it totally invisible and seamless for their customers.
So, when you put it all together, you take the Macaro card for everyone inside the country, and you combine it with the DLC program for global access, what you get is this powerful end-to-end strategy. It's really a complete vision for how a national currency can operate and thrive in the 21st century.
And you know, the best part is that this whole thing creates a win for everybody involved. Oman's economy gets stronger, local merchants pay lower fees and get more customers. Global users like tourists and students get a cheaper, safer, and way more convenient way to pay. And even foreign banks win, because now they can offer a fantastic new service to their customers who are traveling to or doing business with Oman. It's a truly symbiotic system.
And all of this leaves us with one final, really big question to chew on. By building a system that is both sovereign and local, but also completely open and connected to the global economy, is Oman actually creating the blueprint for how all national currencies can not just survive, but truly thrive in our digital-first world? It's definitely something to think about.